Hold on. Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot to switch over to the game side of things. I'm stupid. Alright, guys. So, Gak, I will bring you into the call in a bit here, but for now, let me introduce to what this game offers. As you can see, Crash is a little more nimble. He has a slide jump ability, which, if in combination of the spin, you can jump a little higher. I'm going to be using this trick a whole lot during this playthrough. But for now, this is just an introductory stage on what we can do. And yeah, because we're going to be randomly taken into the warp room.
Well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
I like the cut of that guy's jib. He hasn't done me any wrong in the past. No sirree. Well, if anything, I guess it just all depends on where the trail may bring us. And so, that being said, we should probably get our adventure started here. Quite in a bit here. Because, as we all know, all great adventures must have a good song. So, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it. Look out, new world, here we come. Brave, intrepid, and then some. Pioneers of maximum audacity, whose resumes show that we are just a team to live where others merely dream, building up a head of steam. On the trail we blaze, changing legend into fact, we shall ride into history, turning myth into truth. We shall surely gaze on the sweet unfolding of an antique mystery. All will be revealed on the trail we blaze. Paradise is close at hand. Now it's time to fucking die. 7th heaven on demand, quite unusual days. Virgin vistas undefiled, minds and bodies running wild. In the man behold the child, on the trail we blaze. The trail we blaze is a road uncharted, terra incognita, to the golden shrine, for the traveler to be faint-hearted. We are part of the sumptuous grand design, changing legend into fact. We shall ride right into history, through myth into truth. We shall surely gaze on the sweet unfolding of antique mystery. All will be revealed on the trail we blaze. No, I'm not apologizing for that one. I am not apologizing for that one at all. 10 out of 10 would hear again. Alrighty, well, that being done and said, let's go on ahead and bring Jack into the call. He's going to be my little adventurer this time around. He's going to give me a bit of a moral support while I try and go through this game. Let me just run up, and there we go.
Well, hello there, beautiful.
Well, hello. How we doing?
Hanging in there. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Alright, so let me go on ahead and get the... let me get the Crash Bandicoot stream up and going for you.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that would help. That way I'm not, what's it called? Behind on time.
Right. Alrighty, so...
We're good.
So there is a reason why I didn't bother crushing any box in the beginning. That's because if we didn't crush any box in level 1, we would get a box gem out of that. There is actually a hint stating that be kind to every box and you will earn a gem.
Well, that's kind of strange, isn't it? I thought, being kind to a box would mean not destroying it.
Yeah, well, we already got the blue gem, so now that's why I had an intentional death there, so that way I can reduce the backtracking.
Oh wait, that last death was intentional?
Yeah, after I picked up the blue one.
Oh, okay. So the counter's supposed to be at what, 118 or 119?
118, I believe. Well, 119 because I did die before I reached the bonus stage.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay, then you're fine.
I am just hoping I didn't miss the box during my adventure here. La la. Yeah, see, normally I would have to be in that pit and destroy like a couple of balls or whatever, but with the combination of the spin jump and the slide jump, I don't need to do that. I just easily get out of that pit. Hello, alpacas. Yep, it looks like I did miss a couple of boxes. Let me backtrack a bit here.
You do realize now that Alpacas is here, things are about to get a lot beanier.
Yeah.
That's her shtick. We love you for it, Alpacas.
I had a feeling. Oh, don't tell me I can't get out of this pit. Alright, hold on. I don't think I can get out of this pit. I can probably just do... No, hold on. I can do this. Oh, come on. It's gonna be a tight jump, but... I know I can do it. Hold on. Nope.
Try doing it without spinning. Nope. All right.
Nope, that's not working. That's not working at all. All right, you know what? That just
Does that mean you have to go through the level again?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing.
That's not good. Oh well.
And you know what the thing about that is probably during my singing I lost a few boxes. That's probably the case.
Probably. Speaking of which, speaking of that singing, that's another duet we're gonna do when we do Twitch sings.
Oh, what?
We're gonna do it's tough to be a god from The Road to El Dorado.
It's tough to be a god, yeah.
Alright, we need to decide. Actually, wait, we already decide who's who. You're Tulio because you're the blue hedgehog.
Oh, that makes sense, I suppose.
And let's be honest, if we're talking about who's more unhinged between the two of us, that's definitely me.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash?
Man, the machinery must be dumb in the future. Let's go back to the Turtle Woods.
You know, that entire sequence there is part of a very famous YouTube video called My Drunk Friend Sent Me This at 4 a.m. or something like that. Have you seen that?
No, I don't think I have.
Alright, well, it shows that exact same scene, except that, you know, it also showed somebody running through a specific level in this game. Like, and then, yeah. But what they did was he voice acted everything, including all the sound effects and the music.
Huh.
And I believe it was the level that, among the opening ones, that has a river in it, because I remember seeing a lot of water in that one. I think you know which one I'll be talking about.
Right. In the meantime, let's try and play some catch up here, and hopefully we can get all the boxes this time. So here's an example of what I'm going to be using this spin jump for, in combination of the slide jump, because I failed to show it off here. So as you can tell, it gives me a little bit of height. Because normally, I would need a slide jump to get up there. But now I can't because this ostrich's head is stuck. With the spin jump, I can get up there just fine. It's a nifty little trick that I actually learned from a speedrunner.
Sometimes they have the best strats, dude.
So I'll be using that a lot. I think the only unintentional death I've had so far in this run is one, I believe. I am hoping to die no more than 10 times in this playthrough because that's just how confident I am with this playthrough. I've practiced through this game enough times that I hope that I don't die too much. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm definitely gonna need that extra life. Also, so the deaths I will be excluding will be the ones that happen on the bonus stages, because if I don't lose a life, I technically, you know, that technically does not count, right? Also, also I will be excluding the intentional deaths as well to reduce backtracking and revisiting of certain stages. Unfortunately, I did have to revisit this stage because I missed 3 boxes. Oops. But it happens.
And yes, Alpacas, it is me on the mic. What's up? This is Gaklosen. God, I should never do that. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it anyway.
Let's see, do we have one more? Yep, that's all the boxes. So now we are good to go. We can get out of here. So that should be, okay, this should be the only time that we have to revisit any stage aside of Air Crash. Aside of Air Crash. Alright. So that was a bit of a slip on my end, but hey, you know, these things happen. Uh-oh, who's bothering us this time?
So, you are helping Cortex gather crystals. Yet, you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
Weren't you two just working together just fine in the last game? I don't know. Let's have a snow go. The first ice level in this game. It ain't cold hard Crash, but
Ooga booga.
what's your experience with Crash Bandicoot as a whole?
Me personally,
Yes.
I have only ever played The Wrath of Cortex
On the GameCube or PS2 or Xbox.
on the GameCube, and that's because I am a Nintendo fanboy, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, the best version of Wrath of Cortex is actually either on GameCube or Xbox.
Ha! Another thing where PS2 fails. Most overhyped system ever.
The floating tiki mask is actually Aku Aku. He is actually my shield, so to speak. So if I take a hit, then I won't necessarily die. I can collect up to 3 masks to obtain temporarily invulnerability.
And I am basically your Aku Aku mask in this scenario.
Pretty much. All
Well,
right,
I can't give you a temporary invulnerability, but I can say this. Please give me Huggy Wuggies. Ooh, woo.
oh my lord. Alrighty. You have to head back here to hit that box, and now we can move forward. So, there's going to be a total of 5 secret levels that we're going to be finding throughout this game. Some of them are going to be alternate routes on the same level.
Please give me Huggy Wuggies. Ooh, woo.
So, I do believe that Air Crash gets 2 levels as well as Snow Go. Because as you may have noticed, there was a red gem indentation in the entrance to the level. We can't get that red gem yet. We have to find another route from another level.
Okay, and what other level is that?
Well, we have to get to Tier 2 to get to it. We're only in Tier 1 of the levels at the moment. For now, let's hang 8. One of the jet ski levels that I am going to be having an intentional death on.
Wait, is this the level that was... Yep, this is the level that was on that video I talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so once we hit this checkpoint box, we are now given a timer. We have to reach the end of the stage before the timer runs out to get another gem on the stage. As you will see, I am going to be skipping the other checkpoint boxes, just so, you know, when I do intentionally die, I will be sent back to the first checkpoint box to reduce backtracking. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I do have 2 Aqua Kumas, but unfortunately I am going to have to sacrifice myself. Once we get in here, we'll get the box gem, and there we go. Now we can intentionally die. This will not count as a death.
I gotta say, you are doing a lot better at this game than you were doing Crash 1.
Well, I've literally spent like a whole week practicing on this game. And it's probably gonna it's probably gonna be the same with Crash 3.
You're really scared of alpacas, aren't you?
Yeah, Beauty can attest to that.
No, I'd be scared of alpacas too. Shit.
Well, more than the fact that, you know, it's like I owe 11 gift subs. That's like $55 out of my pocket right there. So it's just like, I'm gonna have to take this a little more seriously. But I did make a deal with alpacas. We only died once so far. I did say in the Discord server that since I am not going to be getting any game overs anytime soon, if I happen to get more than 10 deaths in this playthrough, I will add 15 beans to the counter.
Okay, is that 10 deaths the entire playthrough of the game or just this one session?
No, the entire game.
Oh. God bless your soul.
Yeah. So far, we're up to 1 death. Let's hope it stays that way. I gotta backtrack. Oh, come on, I want that 3rd box. Because I thought this game wasn't generous with lives at all, but considering, I mean, you've seen my save files, Gak. You know how many lives I have in my save files.
Well, yeah, but I always assumed that was just because you play this game a fuck ton.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes, my distraction message did not do its job. Alrighty. So far, we're doing good.
You know, hippopotami are actually very, very violent creatures.
Are they quite timid in Australia, though?
No, dude.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Well, Crash, I don't know how you're getting away with jumping on their backs, sir, but...
Yeah, no kidding, dude.
So now we got 2 gems in the crystal. We can get out of this level. So now you know what I mean by intentionally dying to reduce backtracking or revisiting levels. My odds aren't looking too great at the moment, so I'll just have to get beans the old-fashioned way. Alright. I think that's brown sugar.
3 crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
Okay, whatever you say, old buddy, old pal, old friend. Let's go to the pits.
You're talking to Cortex like you're Goku and he's Vegeta.
So, the pits is the beginning of where there's going to be multiple forks. And we are going to have to go through each one of them to collect the many boxes that are in each fork.
Are you going to get forked really hard here?
Not as badly as Bug Light, I want to say. But this stage is not too bad. Just gotta watch out for these vultures, really, and these turtles when I'm backtracking. So I usually like to go to the left fork first. Oh, here's another trick I picked up from a speedrunner. Is if you happen to slide and then spin, you'll still retain the slide speed as you're spinning. Oh, plus the crystals here. That's neat. Alright, so now we gotta go back against the camera. Ugh. This is fun. So you've never played the original Crash games or the N.Sane Trilogy, though?
No, I have never owned. Well, that's not true. I did own a PlayStation once upon a time, as well as a PS2 and a PS3 and a PS4. Yes, I sound very ashamed to admit all this, but but no, I did not ever get a chance to play any of the original Crash games. However, now that I know it is on the Switch, I might give it a shot eventually if I ever get sick of playing the games I'm playing right now.
Alright, so now that we got all the crates in this fork, we can move forward here.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't know, Gak is a very, very loyal Nintendo enthusiast. And I honestly believe that the best gaming setup is PC plus Nintendo Switch. Literally anything else is wasting your money.
Not bad. I mean, I'm you know, it's not bad if you're like doing a Let's Play. Like if you're collecting other consoles just so you can cover. Oh man.
Right, that's fine. That's not the issue. Like the issue I'm talking about like for personal reasons.
Right. Hello, K Bombard. Hope you enjoyed Crash 2. I know personally, after beating this game so many times, I think I've taken a liking to Crash 2 myself here. Perhaps a little bit more than Crash 3. And that's, that's saying quite a bit, considering that Crash 3 happens to be the best out of the three. Alright, so I'm going to have to do another slide spin jump here. There we go. Made that jump just barely. Okay. But see, it's because Crash 1 is so archaic because he wasn't introduced to the slide jump mechanic. Or the body slam. Okay, so we got all the boxes, so now we can get the box check. And that was the pits.
That wasn't that bad.
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
Pretty tamed compared to the later levels that introduced forkways. But now we get the first boulder sequence in this game called Crash Dash. Which, oddly enough, is the name of the mobile game. If memory serves, anyway. But thankfully, we have the slide mechanic here, so we can actually get ahead of the boulder quite a bit, actually. Now, I always seem to have at least one death here, but let's hope that won't be the case during the through.
Yeah, you better hope not. If you're only allowed 10 deaths to the whole playthrough, I mean.
Yep, I know. I better just stick my head between my legs and say goodbye to my old friend.
It's not that little. I've seen it myself.
And now, we're just gonna cross this bridge, and hey, look, we got our crystal.
What did Gak just say? You heard me. You fucking heard me. And that was Gak who swore, not Gary. That does not count.
Three, four, five. Yeah, I am gonna have to pick up Wrath of Cortex at some point. I did own it before, I just don't know what happened. Alright. It's actually this section that I usually trip over a lot during my death, but let's just try not to make that a reality here. Okay, well, if I miss any boxes, the boulder will hit it. Alright, good, we're good. We managed to not have a death in that level whatsoever.
Oh, glad that happened, brother.
Welcome back!
And there she is.
Okay, so with all 5 levels completed, we are now introduced to the boss stage. Ripperoo makes a revisit. It's been 8 years since we've seen him, technically. Since in the last game he decided to pick up a doctorate degree.
That would take a while to complete, wouldn't it?
But as you can tell, the game does a good job of giving you a hint. It says Ripperoo should not be playing with Nitro. Neither should you. So we can't attack him directly. So what we have to do is wait this out. Once he hits himself with Nitro, he will become dizzy, and that's when we can attack him. We have to do this 3 times.
Is it just me, or do I really want a lemon lime soda that has the Nitro symbol on it?
So I gotta say, that is one hell of a hat that he has on there. That's a good looking hat. Yeah, this is one, I mean, this is just the first boss, so of course it's going to be a little easy, but to me it's a little bit of boring of a boss, if I gotta be honest. The only thing that keeps things exciting is the track that plays in it. But that's Ripperoo, and that is actually the last time we will see Ripperoo in Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, so say goodbye to Ripperoo, everyone.
Bye, Ripperoo. I'll forget you immediately.
Alright, so with the boss defeat, we can now go up to our second tier.
I see that Ripperoo failed to prove much of a challenge yet again. But back to business. There are crystals to be gathered, 20 to be exact. The planets will align shortly, all 13 of them, and this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
Crash, is that you? I've been looking everywhere. I don't have much time to tell you this. You have to be careful. Trusting Cortex seems a little unwise, Crash. I can't keep the data path open much longer. Crash, you need to find...
Well, that's weird. Let's.
I'll tell you what's weird. Oh, go on.
Okay, so what's great about this game is that you can choose any level that you want to go through. In this instance, I'm going to go through Air Crash first because that is where we're going to find our first secret level in the game. So what we need to do here is first off try not to die. Alright, so here's what we need to do. You see that we have to go on the jet ski, right? Nope. And there we go, first level achieved. You have to actually jump on the boxes to get to the secret level. In this case, it's the alternate route to Snow Go, so let's go through Snow Go and get that red gem. Oh boy, I almost slid off there. Oh, well, I got the third mask. You know what that means. Some extra lives here. I'm gonna wait this out. Like I said, I was pretty much serious when I said that I have put in a little more time than needed to get through this game with little to no issues. Although I might have some issues here and there. Who knows? Only time will tell. But with that being said, we got the red gem and now we gotta complete the level normally. Jack, are you still there?
I am still here, indeed, yes.
Okay.
I am just watching you play amazingly right here. I don't know why you needed me, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I'm honored and thrilled to be on your stream, of course, but if I'm here for support, I'm not doing a very good job because I don't need to do a very good job.
Alright, so now there's no reason for us to come back to the first tier unless we are dying of boredom. Alright, so now we can go through Snowbiz, and that's the reason why I went through Air Crash to get to the alternate route, because we have to unlock a new path by earning a red gem elsewhere. We got that red gem, so you know what? Now we can just go through this level a little more with ease, and are ensured that we get the box gem on top of it. See? Planning. Alright, that's fine. See, there's a red gem. These platforms don't show up until we get the color gem for it. And just like last game, except there's only 5 here and not 6. So keep that in mind. And trust me, I may be doing amazing now, but what's to say I might not screw up in the 3rd tier, or hell, even the 4th tier, where behaving and freaking code hard crash lies. Those are the levels I am not looking forward to in this playthrough.
Well, You'll get to them when you get to them, and hopefully when you do get to them, you'll be all right.
Time will tell. I just I just know when I was doing a practice run on the WAD Discord, which is a team that I'm part of on Twitch, I was streaming myself on their Discord server, playing through this game. And one of them was just like, dude, I would not have the patience for this. Well, no, it's a good thing I have another Aquaku mask. Alright, well that's fine. Except not really, because I don't have an Aquaku mask, so things are going to be a little interesting here.
Good shit, dude.
I usually always die at that part.
I'm glad you didn't.
Three. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, that's death number 2.
Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna add it to the counter.
And add that bad word to the counter as well.
Got it. Yeah, 24.
Still not bad, all things considering, you know, the amount of times I swear on streams anyway. Normally, it's not many in one session, Beauty says. Alright. No, you're not. Here. Reach back a little bit. Okay. Back here so we can just hit the checkpoint. And thankfully we got an Aquaku mask. We'll see how long that'll last. Alright, and we are good on the box gem. And yes, as you know, just like Crash 1, this is going to be a 100% run. So,
yeah, 100% run according to what the game says, not according to what some little idiot says.
Yes.
God, that guy was a piece of garbage.
Alrighty, so Air Crash. We technically can only get one gem from this level, and that's through the death route. Because otherwise we have to find other means of getting the alternate route to Air Crash to get the rest of the boxes. So, that being said, death platforms. I think this is like the first in the game so far. Death platforms are where you'll have to reach the... You're required to reach the death platform in the level without dying. If you die, the death platform disappears and you can't get on it unless you restart the level. However, there is a bit of an exploit that you can use on this game. If you happen to reach the death platform and then die during said platform, that platform will still remain there. Okay, well, there's no need for me to go through the bonus stages, all things considering. Alright. There's my death platform right there. Alright. I would go for that third Aku Aku mask, but it's probably going to hinder my performance during this Death Route section anyway. Okay, that's the worst of it. That's the worst of it done and over with. And with that, we are at the end of the Death Route. We will come back to this stage a little later, once we have access to air crash in another route. Good boy.
So, how sexy are you feeling today?
I mean, with only 2 deaths in tow, I think I'm doing okay so far. Barrett, hey, look at this cute little panda bear. Well, it's not a panda bear, it's a polar bear. I swear I know my bears. But, look at this polar bear. Look how cute he is.
Of course you know your bears. You know me.
Look how cute he is. He barks, he yelps. You know what I'm going to do to this guy?
You're going to ride him. You're going to... Oh, shit.
Doing that, I get 10 extra lives.
I love it when video games encourage animal abuse.
It's great. I love it. Alright, but this is the first polar bear level, and you are right, Gak. We are going to be riding him.
God, I wish you would ride that bear like you... I wish you would ride me like you rode that bear.
with the eyebrow wiggle and everything.
Oh, yeah. My eyebrow would be wiggling all the time for you.
So, normally... Yeah, see, I missed a box, so I'm going to die right there. Ugh. Oh, I missed it again! Son of a bitch!
That's 2 deaths?
Yeah, that's 2 deaths. That's 4 deaths so far. No!
Oh, boy.
That's 5.
Oh, shit. Alright, let me update the counter. That's 1. That's 2. And did I see a 6th one?
I said that's 5, I believe.
Okay. That's 4, and this makes 5.
Well, I better hang on tight. My butt cheeks are a little clenched right now, sir. What's funny is that I did do a solid run on these levels. There we go. So now at least we got. You know what? I'm fine. I don't care how many times I necessarily die. It's just a challenge incentive by any means. But as long as I get like 100%, I really don't care. Alrighty. So that's Barrett. Well, Bear, thanks to those extra 10 lines, I lost 5 of them. Any way you can give me more? No? Right, I'll leave you. Fine. Oh, he's flattened. Alright, let's go.
I get the feeling that somebody or something's gonna want to get back at you for that.
Probably. Alright, Crash Crash. It's another boulder level. Alrighty, we're fine, everything's fine. So, in this section I normally die as well because we do have to take a fork in the road, and it requires us to do a slide jump right underneath the electrical fence. So, yeah, no, that's gonna be fun. Alright, here we go, first try. So now we take this platform and it will take us back to where we need to go. And I know a few of you may be thinking right now, how much time and patience did you put into this game? Well, so far, if you have added me on Steam, you would know that I have a little above 20 hours set on Steam on this game so far. That should give you an, oh lordy, I should run.
Yes, yes, you should.
That should give you a bit of an idea. Ah! Well, that's a 6th death. So, alpacas,
boy.
you might be happy to know that I am nearing the 15 beam count thing. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but you know what? With behaving and digging it just right around the corner, I have a feeling that's just not going to happen.
And 4 is my unlucky number. So, shit. So, I have no idea what to say here.
Well, I'm at 6 deaths. I could use a little bit more of that moral support now.
You're the best. All right. Nothing's gonna ever take you down. You're the best.
Son of a bitch. That's what I get for trying to head back.
No, I think that's what I get for trying to sing to you.
No! We're at 8 now. No!
Oh, Miyamoto Almighty be with you, my friend.
No, you know what? Now I have to take things seriously. Actually, I'm gonna have to do a body slam right here. Alright. Bad, not bad. But I got 2 more deaths. I got 2 more deaths.
Hang in there.
Alright. Here's the eel deal here. That's the name of the level, the eel deal.
You know, eels are actually very delicious.
Well, no. Well, wait. Have I had eel before, or was that octopus?
Depends. Was it cooked really? Did it feel a bit spongy in your mouth, or was it a little bit more soft? Did it break apart easily?
That would be a more definite answer that Beauty would know.
Okay. Is she around?
Was it eel that I had, or was it octopus? Food. Octopus? We've had both, okay. Okay, so we don't want to, so we do not want to be in the water where the eel is, because, you know, makes the water all electrified. Also, fake wall. Ouch. That's fine, as long as I had an Aku mask, I really don't care. And we got the green gem, so now we can go on ahead and backtrack. Try to. Hopefully we don't get shocked on the way back. But I have a feeling we might... Oh, wow, okay. I actually made good timing on that, actually. But now I just gotta be careful with the nitro here. Alright. I don't know how I managed that. But yeah, I did. Okay. Alright. And we're good. One of the many sewer levels that we have to go through. Go this way because, hey, look, there's a crystal. Not only that, but there's boxes. Ouch! Okay, well, things are going to be a little more interesting now.
Hang in there, brother. You can do this.
Gotta take my sweet time here. I'm not even halfway done with the level yet. Okay, still gotta be careful with these guys right here.
You know, one thing that's never made sense to me, how Crash can spin upside down like that with his arms clearly used to support himself.
Yeah, I have no idea either. Alright, well, that's that. There's no need for us to come back to this level. Alright, but I do believe that we have now reached our second boss in the game.
Good, good. Okay.
10 of 25 crystals. You're on your way. I'm running low on power, so communication from this point will be difficult.
You're breaking up there. You're breaking up there. You mind telling me what you're saying? Okay.
He's saying you're really attractive, you're really sexy, and you're not going to die anymore.
Alright, welcome to the Komodo brothers. This is their only, well, besides Crash Team Racing anyway, but other than that, and an official Crash Bandicoot game, this is the Komodo brothers' only appearance. And really what you need to do is just wait until he's done spinning around, then you can just spin attack him into the brother, and then that's how they take damage. Lather, rinse,
They're dragons.
repeat.
They're dragons. Remember what we talked about earlier?
Yes, yes.
I'm feeling a certain way right now.
But the Komodo brothers are piss easy. Spin attack, and that's it. Say goodbye to the Komodo brothers.
Damn it. I kind of wanted them to, be here a little bit longer.
Now with that, let's go on ahead and enter the third tier.
obviously lacked your mettle,
Yes.
but now's not the time to get cocky.
Thought he was having power issues.
To obtain. Remember, the world is counting on you.
The world's counting on me to collect these crystals. Let's go be plant food. So this is another level that involves jet skis, but we have another timer to beat to get the special yellow gem in this level. So yes, there will be an intentional death in this level. And I have to be really careful here, because for one, these platforms move really fast. And two, I need to grab as many Aku masks as I can. Because otherwise, I won't be able to get this box gem. Especially with the amount of plants I have to leave alone during the entirety. Alright, so hopefully I don't get attacked here. If I do this just right. Nope. Okay, well, things are gonna get a little interesting here. Oh, I don't know why I hit the checkpoint there. Especially when I need to die intentionally. Well, that's fine. I guess I'll just complete the level as is. Screw it.
You can do it, brother. I know if that's the support I have to give you, that's the support I have to give you, because I already tried singing and we saw how that ended.
Alright, let's go be some plant food some more. Otherwise, this level's not too bad. You just gotta be really careful with the plants in this level. Hence the name plant food.
What?
Other than those lovely 8 deaths that I've encountered, this run is not too bad. Oh, fuck! Of course I say something and I die. And say a bad
Lordy.
word.
Oh, Lordy. Alright. You're down to one more death, and then you'll outpack us to 15.
Yep.
And you're up to 25 swear words.
Yay.
People. Anyway.
Oh no, I'm at 10 deaths now.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, I know what that means. Not only do I owe 13 tier 1 gift subs,
Now you have 15 beans for alpacas.
Yep.
Miyamoto, have mercy on you, dude.
Oh, I know. Okay. Well, it was nice while it lasted. Maybe hopefully with that much pressure off my back, I won't need to concentrate as much. Hopefully. Now I just need to worry about owning tier 1 gift subs. Ouch. Well, thankfully, I can kill these upcoming plants. Alright, well, I got my other box gem here. I always knew I was going to have trouble with one of these jet ski levels. I just didn't know it was going to be plant food, because we have technically one more jet ski level after this. But I guess we'll deal with that sooner or later.
Oh, lordy.
Unlock a new path by earning the yellow gem elsewhere. Normally have an Aku mask ready. I do not, so we're just gonna have to see how this will go. And now we do. And unfortunately, it's gonna be a massive waste. Because once we enter these platforms, there's no way we can head back on the platform. Like if we reach the platform and jump on it, it won't take us back where we need to get back to. So, yes, this is going to be another intentional death right here.
Alright, I'll be sure not to count this one.
Because otherwise, there's no boxes in that route at all. Which makes me wonder why they made that a route to begin with. But what a bad time to get an Aku mask, because even though I don't lose a life in the bonus stage, I still lose the Aku mask. Okay. Ay, ay, ay.
Stay strong, brother.
I'm trying. This is a bit of a waiting game right here. I have to wait for an enemy to pop up. Then I can spin into it and break the fan blades. Gotta do it again right here.
Nope. Okay.
And you. So we need to go this way first to activate these boxes. And then head back this way. Because not only do we have a crystal that's waiting for us, but we also have a few boxes over here as well. I only need one more box. Okay. And that's it for sooner or later.
Good shit, brother.
Phew. Alright, bear down.
I mean, if that's how you like it.
Is another polar bear level. Oh, but first a message.
Crash, thank goodness! I hacked into Cortex's computer and found detailed schematics for an improved Cortex Vortex and a suspicious-looking space station. I'm not sure, but Cortex might be trying to...
Might be trying what? Might be trying to what? Answer me!
Cortex might be trying to put out the hottest mixtape ever seen.
Oh my lord. His name will be MC Cortex. Alright, guys. Another polar bear level. Fun fact, on Crash Team Racing, I actually liked using the polar bear as a racer.
Any particular reason?
No. Well, okay, well, maybe there is. Okay, that's a dev. So, there's a bit of a backstory. So, like, back in middle school, it actually started in middle school, I have a renowned nickname known as Gare Bear. And, so when I was playing Crash Team Racing at my cousin's house, I noticed that the polar bear was one of the selectable characters. And, you know, you get to name your profile as well. So I was like, you know what? Gare Bear. Ow! No, the bear did not like that one at all. That's another death.
Alright, I'll go on ahead and add that.
Would you believe me if I told you that we haven't even been to the hardest level of these polar bear stages yet?
I believe it. Isn't it one called Unbearable?
There is one called Unbearable, but that is another chase sequence. And we'll get to that when we get to it, because it is the next level.
There's a lot of polar bear themes in this particular section, isn't there?
Yeah, well, in the third Crash game, there's going to be a lot of Oriental references, and the fact that we get to ride on the baby tiger while going alongside the China Wall, whatever.
The Great Wall of China.
The Great Wall of China. So another secret level here. But yeah, so there's some particular themes here. Alright, so now we can actually go through Air Crash and get the remaining boxes and get the box gem. Perfect run up to the death platform makes it appear. Guess what? There's no boxes there, so no need.
Also, Blue, I got a question for you. How would you feel about Crash Bandicoot being included in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
You know what? Playing through these games many times already, I wouldn't object to the idea. Considering, well, I mean, the original Trilogy has now made to the Switch console. And I'm assuming the fourth game would be released on the Switch as well. I mean, Crash has more of a chance than Spiral does, in any case. I guess it just all depends. I guess it all just boils down to what fans appeal to the most: Crash Bandicoot or Spiral the Dragon.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's that. I think it has more to do with the fact of what Nintendo's higher-ups have made the decision for. Because, for example, you remember when Byleth came out on Ultimate? Yeah, probably the most poorly received character, there we go, in Super Smash Bros. History. Which is really sad, because I really liked Byleth's inclusion, because, as you know, my favorite video game character ever is in Three Houses.
Well, I think that half the reason as to why it was poorly received is because, oh great, it's another Fire Emblem character.
Yeah, but people just don't understand it. I don't know. It's.
I guess
I
people
could go.
Just don't understand the love of the Fire Emblem franchise that Sakurai has.
Actually, it's not Sakurai. Sakurai didn't make that decision. He even said so himself in an interview.
Oh, real? Oh shit! Oh, that's a death.
I'll go on ahead and add that. No, Byleth's inclusion was actually a decision from Nintendo's higher ups. So if you have anyone to blame, you blame those guys.
Oh boy. And I did cuss as well, so.
I'll go on ahead and add that as well.
Alright, so we gotta make some tight jumps here and get these boxes. This is where the sliding spin jump comes in. And there's my last crate, so now there's no reason for us to come back over here unless we are literally dying of boredom. And that's what? 2 levels? Was that 2 secret levels out of 3? 5? I can't remember. Let's get the hell out of here. Alrighty, so we have a road to ruin. Let's go through that. This is actually one of my favorite levels. You know, this is just one of my favorite levels alone, just due to not only the track that plays, but just the setting it has.
You're a fan of the whole tiki aesthetic, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I need that Aku Aku mask.
We'll get that.
Well, I guess I'm not getting that. Too bad, that Aku Aku mask would have really saved me. Alright, we reached the death route, so let's go on ahead and get the gem from this death route. This is another level that we do have to make a revisit in because we gotta find other routes to it. So, I mean, the only backtracking I will have to do... Oh, that's right, I have to do the backtracking to get the damn crystal. Alright, well that's fine. I mean, other than that, this seems to be a bit of a solid run so far. Right. Alright, so I do have to make a bit of a backtrack over here. Alright, there we go. Thankfully the platforms do reappear after a while. Oh, well, you're at the end of the stage, so I need to relax a little bit.
Alright, just don't get yourself killed in the process, brother.
For real. Alright, so we will revisit this stage by means of another route, but we at least got a gem and a crystal out of that regardless, so... Alright. I hope you guys are very prepared for this unbearable bear of a battle. Giant bear opens the secret passage. So yes, it's not a boulder. It's not a boulder that's chasing after us. And hey, boo-boo, what have you done to my picnic baskets? I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, Crash doesn't know how to speak English. Wow! Boo Boo, I am very displeased. Where's my picnic baskets?
We're gonna have a picnic basket?
Hey Boo Boo, it's me again. Oh god. You know, that reaction that Crash has right there on his face, that is the most proper reaction I've ever seen in a very, very long time. You know what? I feel bad for that bear. Let's go after it.
Was that an intentional death?
It's not even a death. What are you talking about?
Ah, bonus level, I saw, sorry.
No, you're good. See, you wouldn't think, you wouldn't go out of your way to think, huh, I should go back.
But apparently that's how you get to a bonus level.
Yep. Oh, I thought I already had to, no! Oh, that's another death. Yay.
Alright, I'll go on ahead and add that.
Slide, spin, jump. Gary, how do you have the patience to deal with this? I sold my soul to the devil.
He got a pretty good deal out of it, too. I recommend it for everybody.
And that's that. And you're good, Prebo. You're good, Prebo. Hey, Boo Boo, you thought you saw the last of me? I still want my picnic baskets.
Oh, lordy.
Who's this Boo Boo you're talking about? I'm not Boo Boo. Don't you know that I am at least a little bit smarter than the average bear? Now I am very angry at you, Boo Boo. Get off of my child.
Oh, shit. Animal abuse at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Aww, that was probably that baby cub's mother. For all I know. We should check up on it. Let's check up on it. Maybe say our final farewells.
Another bonus level, I'm guessing.
Hey kid, sorry about your mother. And yes, it's another bonus level. Yeah, you really gotta think outside the box to get these secret levels. But with that, we are now on the final polar bear level, called Totally Bear.
Crash, my boy. You are more than halfway there. But I'm sure you've noticed that things are getting harder. The last 10 crystals will be the hardest to gather, and our enemies will be sending their strongest forces to thwart you. I'll contact you again when you have completed the next warp room.
Okay, whatever you say, crazy man. I'm gonna ride that polar bear one last time.
You gotta go back for that, huh?
So the Totally Bear is the last level of the polar bear sections. It's one of the hardest because, hey, look at that! It's freaking dark. I'm gonna be concentrating here.
This is the concentrating song. I'm kidding. I'm going to stop now. Although I get the feeling that's probably something Alpacas would do if she was on stream.
Probably. That's another death. I have a feeling I'm gonna die a few times here just trying to get these line of boxes alone. There we go. Never mind, that's just one death. Oh, nope, that's two.
Alright, I'll add him.
Yes, checkpoint boxes do count as a box.
Ask you something. With this game with how generous lives it has, like, which game were you expecting to get more game overs on?
Crash 3, if anything, but even with my last couple of playthroughs of Crash 3, I've hardly had any other game overs besides, my first time playing through the game itself. But that's another
And that's
death.
another. Saw that one coming, unfortunately.
Yeah, because in this level, we do have to focus on using the polar bear dash ability to achieve overcome the giant gaps. There you go. With that being said, that is the last polar bear level, so say goodbye to the polar bear, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, polar bear.
I bet you the polar bear is, hella excited. It's like, oh, good, now I don't have to deal with that guy riding on me anymore. Alright. That being said, let's go ahead and go against the third boss of the game. Which is Tiny Tiger. Which is his first appearance in Crash game. And if you think that this fight is going to be exciting, oh no. If, at most, we're going to be playing extreme hopscotch here.
Isn't that the way it normally works with Tiny Tiger, though?
No, Crash 3 is a little different. But really what we're doing with Tiny Tiger here is that we want to force him to fall on to the flashing red platforms, because those are the platforms that's going to fall, which will cause Tiny Tiger to lose a bit of health. We gotta do this 3 times, because he cannot take indirect attacks on his. Well, that's a death.
I'll go on ahead and mark it.
Yeah, death perception is going to be your greatest enemy in this boss fight if you're not careful. Okay. One more. I really do like this game, though. Like, I thought Crash 3 would be my all-time favorite, but Of course I would die there. I thought Crash 3 would be my all-time favorite, considering the aesthetic of that game. Oh boy. Alf! He jumped on me!
I hate it when bosses do that.
So, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped is, as game title is, it's warped. You're going through time. So, like, you're going through the medieval times, you're going through the prehistoric ages, you're going through the Great Wall of China. It's... I think alone, that game would be a fan favorite. But I don't know, I kind of have a soft spot for Crash 2. That was very close. I don't know how I pulled that off. Okay. This is the greatest round of extreme hopscotch that I've ever played in my entire life. There we go. One more. We got this, hopefully. Alright, there we go. That's it for Tiny Tiger. Alright. We will see Tiny Tiger again in the next game. But he's not the hardest boss. Oh no, this upcoming boss, which we probably won't get into until next Sunday, will be the hardest boss to go up against. But now we are at the 4th tier of worlds, and yeah, this is where the harder levels are located. Yep. I am not gonna look forward to this whatsoever. Let's hang out.
Are you just trying to time out the time for your stream, or? Hanging out was... Oh! God damn it.
I get it now.
Come on, man. I'm supposed to be the master of the corny jokes around here.
Hey, you know what? Crash Bandicoot beat you to the punch with the level names.
Yeah, apparently.
So, this is a level where we are going to be accessing another secret. I think it's the last one. I do believe it is the last one. Also, there is one thing that you can do while you're, while you have this, like you're hanging on to this. If you press... Well, I didn't mean to do that. I don't even know if I should count that as a death or not. What I meant to press was the B button so that you can see yourself clinging to the wall, right? That's going to come to use later on. We will, however, grab... Because we are going to be revisiting this stage, unfortunately, to get the box gem. But that's okay. Alright, so we fall down this hole. We're going to grab this crystal. Then we're going to go backwards and fall down this hole. And this will give us access to the secret level. And you remember how I taught you this little move about hanging up onto the grate? This is the reason why. We got enemies that's low enough. And with that being said, we now have access to the final level. Well, the final hidden level.
I was gonna say.
And I do believe that we have enough time to go through this level. It's called Totally Fly.
Oh look, it's describing you.
Friendly fireflies will help light your way. So yes, this is one of those levels where we have to rely on a firefly to help us see. Because otherwise, we have to go through this dark mess without any light whatsoever. I do believe that the next session should be the of Crash Bandicoot 2 at this rate.
Hey, you're moving pretty fast.
Which means I definitely have a week to practice up on. Which I am more than okay with. Jumped over 2 nitro crates, so we are technically done with this post. Hello, UK Sega 16-bit. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we don't want to grab that firefly yet because we're gonna destroy these iron crates first. I'm doing good. I'm just playing through some Crash Bandicoots. You know. Kind of fun. Alrighty. Because otherwise, if we grab this firefly while belly flopping on the iron crates, then the firefly would have disappeared in no time. And yeah, I'm not gonna fight with my my crap vision just so I can get to the firefly.
He's not a speedrunner, UK Sega.
You ever thought of speedrunning this game? No.
I think the only game you've ever tried to speedrun is Shovel Knight.
Yep. Alright. So that is the final level of the secret levels, anyway. Alright, we have time to go through one more level. And that's hanging out. So let's go ahead and get the box gem and then we'll wrap things up. But no, I never thought about speedrunning Crash 2, and well, if I do, well, I'll certainly let the Discord server know, but it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. I feel like I'm gonna be all crashed out by the end of this Crash Sundays ordeal that I have myself go through. And I know some people are gonna be like, "Hey, you did Crash, where's Spyro?"
Screw that.
Like some other time when I get practice on Spyro, we'll try again. Because I can't, I can't really say no to a game that I haven't really played. Although I have played Spyro and Enter the Dragonfly on the GameCube, but do we really have to count that game as a Spyro game?
I mean, it technically is a member of the Spyro family.
Yeah, the only game I've only considered about speedrunning is Shovel Knight, which, speaking of, I should probably get around to practicing that game a little more.
Yeah, you're gonna speed that run for extra life, right?
Yeah, if we reach $1,000 raised.
How much are you missing for that?
Huh?
How much are you missing for that 1,000?
Well, we're at $625 raised so far.
Okay. Good to know. So 375 is what it would take for you to reach the 1,000, right?
Yep. Would be correct.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not counting deaths from bonus games. But unfortunately, I did lose an Aku Aku mask, so that's a flick in the nuts.
That sounds incredibly painful.
Why do you think I said it?
Because you're into that sort of thing?
You're right. How'd you know I was such a masochist?
Gary, if there's one thing I've learned from our special times together, it's that.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No! No! I gotta get back! No! Nope, I can't go back. Well, I believe this is a good time to wrap things up.
It's alright, brother. You made good progress here.
Alright, well, we are 2 minutes, we're 2 hours into the game. And, well, let's go on ahead and overwrite this save. Okay, we're 60% in. We got 92 lives, really? Huh. 24 gems and 16 crystals. Alrighty, well, I believe I'm gonna go on ahead and all good. So the next time on next Sunday will be the finale of Crash Bandicoot for sure. And hopefully by the time that my weekend is over from taking a break from stream, I should get this microphone thing all fixed up and out and all. Hopefully. But with that being said, I do want to thank all those that have tuned on, that you had fun watching me die a lot. We jumped from 117 deaths to 140 deaths, which isn't bad, all things considering. I got. But yeah, no, I got. Hope you guys are looking forward to some more Crash Sunday. Will be the finale of Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and yeah, that just means that on Wednesday we'll be stepping back into Black Mesa Source, and then Thursday will be some more Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. You know the schedule. You should know the schedule. If you guys have not joined the Discord, I do updates on there in terms of my streaming schedule, what I'm going to be streaming. due to being sick or if I'm on holiday. Daily questions of the day, where I don't think I've asked a question of the day today either, so I've been really slacking on that. But the people that are in that Discord server are very friendly people. You'll get along with them just fine. You'll be safe there. We also support streamers both big and small. So if you have to be a streamer, whether it be on here, YouTube, or Mixer, turning into Facebook Gaming, it don't matter. I support all platforms, so show us what you can do. We will gladly show you the support. If you guys are a subscriber, you're going to copy this raid message. If you're a non-subscriber, you're going to copy this raid message. If you guys stick around for the raid, I greatly appreciate that. Gak, thank you for joining on in, for being my support. Is there any last... I end the stream.
I had a dream about you last night where we were playing Star Fox 64. I did not exaggerate about that, which means that as soon as I raise up enough points, I will demand that you play Star Fox 64 on Retro Gaming Thursdays.
Okay.
I will also accept the 3DS remake if you have it, because the 3DS remake is a worthy remake.
Alrighty. But that being said, let's go on ahead and see... Ooh, Andre is streaming. Let's go on ahead and raid Andre. Let me make sure that he is live, because I don't want to send an audience to an empty channel. Oops. I've done that before. Many times, yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. But let's go ahead and push the love over to Andre. It looks like he's playing some more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for some more Black Mesa. Yeah, that's the game I'm going through. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Blue Hedgehog 2010. Gak, thank you for joining on in once more.
Anytime, sexy man.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, happy gaming.